Parkour is a sector that we started 5 years ago. It's one which has a curator. The curator now is Florence Thériault from the FRAC Champagne Ardennes. What the curator does is work with the galleries of Art Basel to find pieces that can be woven into a neighborhood within Basel. In this case, it's the neighborhood that's around Rheingasse, the side of Basel where Art Basel takes place, but also one which has a much more diverse population. And what's interesting is every time you move the venues of Parkour, it also changes the pieces because the artists work quite site-specifically.
Parkour is a different sector from the fair for one specific reason. It's the sector of the fair which is open to the public. It's free, everybody can come, and that's what is exciting with the whole concept of Parkour. It's really a possibility for everyone to interact with art on an everyday, regular basis.
We did it a few times earlier, that we only performed the music, and live music is such a different experience, and we also didn't want to have the visual of the film there because it's nice to be kind of captured by the music. It's kind of funny because I started out like I wanted to become a classical pianist, but then I dropped out of the conservatory, then I went to art school. I had stopped playing piano for a long time, and then I started doing performances, but I hated the live aspect, so I started to film them. So at a certain point I needed a soundtrack, so I thought, okay, I might as well write the soundtrack. And now we're kind of back at the point that I'm just performing music, so it's like a weird circle somehow.
In Parkour I've seen not all yet, but I like the one with Nietzsche, where the man was going at like kind of a performance. The man actually told us a little bit about Nietzsche and what is it for, so it was interesting to hear more about the art and not only watch it and read the little part in the booklets, also be in contact with the people who present it.
My work here is a piece called Gardeners in Paradise. It's a study for where gardening equipment goes after it dies. And so there's a lawnmower steeping in tea, and then there's a strimmer which likes to spend the rest of its days chopping up pasta in the trunk of a car. And then there's a leaf blower, which is the most sensible of the three. It just likes to blow air out windows.
First, I thought it's a bit surprising that a lot of spaghetti were on the car, but someone appeared and he started to work with the streamer, and the spaghetti on the car mixed up, and yeah, that action was interesting also.
So basically, I discovered this lawnmower years ago. I started using it and I just had several ideas incorporating the lawnmower. 2012 at Sadie Cole's HQ in London, I did this piece called The Gardeners, where there were these three people. We drew blood from their wrists, and the blood went into the fuel tanks. Then I decided that the lawn equipment should be the stars of the show for the final iteration, which is the one here at Parkour. And so, yeah, they're now in paradise.
The Parkours and the Unlimited projects are very related. One of them is a television advert, which is here. Then around the city, there's a sort of print advertising campaign with different billboards and street posters situated everywhere. I don't like the word fictional, but essentially it is a fictional advertising campaign. And I made it with the idea that I would be, as the commissioner, I would be the British government. And I went to some advertising agencies and got them to give some ideas, and then I chose one and we made the campaign. The objective is to promote imagination in the British public consciousness. I have this feeling that imagination is or creativity in general is one of Britain's best exports, and it's overlooked a lot in Britain. And I think it's because it's a non-tangible thing. You know, the idea of creativity, there's no physical evidence of it. So I think it's hard for authorities to have faith in it and trust it and fund it the way it should be funded.
This artwork is one of my favorites so far because it is very peaceful, and I think how it works with the space and the fact that the lights are turned outside makes you feel like you're in a bubble, so it's really nice and peaceful. I found very interesting to see art everywhere, how it mingles with the people, or how you can find it at every corner, so it inspires you to keep your eyes open every day and try to see what's beautiful.